I'm going to make my chocolate clay now. So what I have is my candy coating in a bowl. Now I'm not making very much because when you make this you need to let it set overnight. So I already have some pre-made. But normally I will take 1 pound of chocolate to 1/4 of a cup of light Caro syrup. If you find that your chocolate is too soft once the clay is made up, then you need to increase the amount of chocolate to the Caro syrup. Okay, you can make a really stiff batch and then mix the two together. If you find that your chocolate is really, really hard, that means you need more of the light corn syrup for your chocolate. So if you do 1 pound of chocolate coating and 1/4 cup of light corn syrup and you find it's too hard and crumbly, you need to put a little bit more corn syrup when you make it. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. This is only 1/4 of a pound, so I only need 1 tablespoon of corn syrup. So let's go ahead and melt this first in the microwave. I'm just going to put it in for about 20 seconds or so and stir it. You don't want to get it too hot. You definitely want to make sure that it's on the cool side. And that'll take a couple tries to get it melted down all the way. So I've melted my chocolate. You can see it's nice and fluid. And again, this is going to depend on what brand of chocolate that you use. Will depend on how much Caro syrup you use, or light corn syrup. But this is just 1/4 of a pound, so I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of corn syrup. Put it in there. Okay. And you mix it, and it's going to start to seize up and get thick. See, as it starts to mix, see how it's getting solid like that? Oh yeah, good. There we go. At this point, you just want to pour it out onto some wax paper. Get all the chocolate out of there. Okay, it's all nice and mixed in. I'll spread it out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to let this rest. Now we can let it rest overnight or just for several hours until it's completely cool. I'm just going to wrap this up. Wax paper. And let it rest. I had some already done that I did last night. And I've actually got a couple batches here. This I actually made last night, and it made it very stiff. So I added very little Caro syrup to this, and a lot of chocolate. And as you can see, it's pretty crumbly. I'm going to go ahead and soften it up and knead it up. If it's too hard to knead, you can pop it in the microwave. Once it heats up in your hands, it'll be very easy to use. But some people, it's kind of hard to get the heat going there. So you can just pop it in the microwave just for a few seconds now because it's going to heat from the inside out. And you don't want it too hot because it's chocolate and it'll melt. So and then you got to wait for it to cool off again. So what you want to do is just, as you can see, it's not too bad. There we go. Look at that. It's coming together very nicely. Now this is a very stiff batch of chocolate. Actually, this is perfect. I added very little Caro syrup to this one. I did it exactly like I did the batch there. This is actually 1/2 pound. I did 2 tablespoons to 1/2 pound. Okay, as you can see, it kneads up beautifully. Not too soft. Feels pretty darn good. Now, if this had been too stiff, because it feels pretty stiff, I actually have a soft batch right here that I had made a while ago, and this is very soft. And you'll see this one is very soft. See, it doesn't break really like this one crumbles. This one it's soft. I can press in it. This one I can't. So what I could do is I could take this really soft batch, mix it with the crumbly batch, and get a softer clay that's going to work better for me.